Welcome to this session on developing and submitting a quality audit plan. A well-structured audit plan is essential for guiding the audit process, ensuring that all objectives are met and that the audit is conducted efficiently and systematically. In this session, we'll walk through the steps required to develop and submit an audit plan, covering everything from identifying standards and objectives to outlining the audit processes and assigning responsibilities. The first step in developing a quality audit plan is to identify the standards and objectives that will guide the audit. 1. Identify relevant standards. Start by identifying the quality standards that will impact the environment in which the audit will operate. These may include ISO standards such as ISO 9001, industry regulations, or internal organizational policies. These standards set the foundation for the audit's objectives and scope. For example, in a manufacturing audit, ISO 9001 may define the quality management criteria that must be adhered to, while additional industry standards may apply to specific products or processes. 2. Determine and agree on audit objectives and scope. Next, meet with the auditee and other required stakeholders to establish the objectives and scope of the audit. The objectives should clearly state what the audit aims to achieve, such as verifying compliance with quality management systems or identifying areas for improvement. Audit objectives could include evaluating process effectiveness, compliance with internal standards, or supplier quality performance. The scope should outline what areas, departments, or processes will be covered by the audit. 3. Identify risks within the scope of the audit. Conduct a risk assessment to identify potential risks that could affect the audit's scope. These risks may include non-compliance with standards, process inefficiencies, or gaps in documentation. Understanding these risks helps ensure the audit focuses on critical areas that could impact the organization's quality management system. Once the standards, objectives, and risks have been identified, it's time to prepare for the audit and establish the audit processes. 1. Consult with the auditee to gather relevant information. Begin by gathering all necessary information from the auditee. This could include process documentation, previous audit reports, and any quality management records that will help inform the audit plan. 2. Prepare audit notifications. In line with organizational protocols, prepare formal audit notifications to inform the auditee and relevant stakeholders about the upcoming audit. The notification should include the audit's objectives, scope, timeline, and any initial preparations required by the auditee. 3. Confirm audit methods and techniques with the auditee. Agree on the audit methods and techniques that will be used during the audit. These could include interviews, process observation, document review, or product sampling. It's important to ensure that the auditee understands and agrees to these methods to avoid any misunderstandings during the audit. 4. Outline audit processes and establish audit activities. Develop a clear sequence of activities for the audit process. This should include the roles of both the audit team and the auditee, as well as key steps such as opening meetings, data collection, fieldwork, and closing meetings. Defining these steps in advance helps ensure that the audit runs smoothly and on schedule. The next step in the audit planning process is identifying and allocating the necessary resources. 1. Identify resources required to perform the audit. Determine the resources needed to conduct the audit effectively. This could include human resources, such as qualified auditors, and physical resources, such as access to documentation, data, and equipment for conducting tests or observations. 2. Select audit team members. Choose audit team members based on their relevant expertise. For instance, if the audit involves a highly technical area like production quality, team members should have experience in that field. It's essential to ensure that the team has a mix of skills to cover all areas of the audit. 3. Consult with the auditee to identify required resources. Consult with the auditee to ensure they provide the resources required from their side, such as access to facilities, personnel, or systems. This step ensures that the audit team has everything they need to carry out the audit effectively. Once the preparation is complete, it's time to develop the audit plan and submit it for approval. 1. Develop the quality audit plan. Using the information gathered, develop a comprehensive audit plan that outlines the scope, objectives, risks, resources, methods, and timelines. The audit plan serves as the blueprint for the entire audit process. The plan should be detailed enough to guide the audit team while remaining flexible to accommodate any changes that may arise during the audit. 2. Assign roles and responsibilities. Assign specific roles and responsibilities to each member of the audit team. For example, one team member may be responsible for document review, while another focuses on interviewing staff or observing processes. Clear assignment of responsibilities ensures that all aspects of the audit are covered efficiently. 3. Assign timing and schedules. Establish a timeline and schedule for each phase of the audit, including when the opening meeting will take place, when fieldwork will be conducted, and when the closing meeting will occur. Assign responsibilities for implementing the plan to ensure that each stage of the audit is completed on time. 4. Document and submit the audit plan. Once the plan is finalized, document it according to organizational standards and submit it to the auditee for approval. The auditee may provide feedback or request changes to the plan, so it's essential to allow time for review and revisions before the audit begins. 5. In summary, developing a quality audit plan involves identifying relevant standards, setting objectives and scope, preparing resources, and establishing clear processes. A well-thought-out audit plan ensures that the audit is conducted systematically, with all stakeholders aligned on the goals and expectations. The audit plan is not only a roadmap for the auditors, but also a tool to ensure transparency and collaboration with the auditee. Number 6. Thank you for joining today's session on developing and submitting a quality audit plan. By following these steps, you can ensure that your quality audits are effective, organized, and successful.